Hey family, this is Darlene. I'm working on some more of the flat washer necklaces, and this one is going to be purple, maybe completely purple, and gold. And this one will, I'm not sure if I'm going to do a link chain or if I'm going to do a beaded chain, so I'll figure that out on my way to completion for this. So that's what's going on today, and I think I think I'm gonna just make it purple. I might add some other colors to it. We'll see as I go along. But all I'm basically doing is stringing or just wrapping the wire around the washer. And I'm trying to get that wire as close as I possibly can. And sometimes you have to kind of take your pliers and smash it just to kind of make sure it's looking pretty good. And will it be perfect? Not always, because of the shape of the washer. The roundness of it is sometimes a challenge to get it perfectly aligned on here. So we just do the best we can. And then, once you wire it, you go back and kind of play with the wire and then make it look like what you want it to look like. And then remember, you could always go back and wrap to fill in those spaces. But of course, I like the silver. I like to see that silver. And then I should have turned the camera on for that, but what I did is just wrapped the first part of the wire around, tied like that little tie right here, and then that gives me that extra wire here so I can wrap on top of that wire, which secures it. And even if you wanted to tie a little knot with the wire, because the wire is thin enough to do that, you could even do that. Just don't make it too bulky, because remember, it does have to lay on the chest. So we don't want to create any discomfort. We want to create beauty without any discomfort. So you can see how it starts to gap a little bit because of the roundness of the washer. But it's just, again, just a matter of, filling in and wrapping and filling in and wrapping however you want it to look. Okay, and then for this, there's some extra wire. And of course, with the extra wire, I want to push it under. And it'll be a little challenge, but that's okay. I'm going to try to lift it up a little bit. You want to get that wire under. There we go. And then you want to pull it through. And then try to wrap it one more time. Get it under. Pull the wire through. Push that back closer. And then I use my pliers to press to try to flatten it even more. Get this wire down here because we're going to wrap on top of that wire. So you can see where both ends of the wire is wrapped under the wire for security. And then we're going to come back with more wire and then start wrapping on top of that wire to hide it. So for now, And you can see how you can go back and just kind of gap it or space it. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish wrapping the rest of it, and then I'm gonna come back. So I got it wrapped, I got it secure in the back. This is what it looks like, right? So what I want to do now is I'm going to find a place on here that is the thinnest, so I can use my gold cord to create my bevel. And I think I'm going to do it maybe about right here. So I need to take the wire, and then it's a little wrapping. And of course, take it through. And this is 18 gauge wire, and you need a thinner wire so that you can be able to thread the washer. You know, it has to be flexible. Anything thicker, I think you'll have some trouble. You can try it and see how it works, and it might just be you know, perfect for you. But I'm using 18 gauge, so I don't want to make this too thick up here. And I think I need to put one more, maybe like right here, to fill it in. And you know you got to be careful with the wire because it will break. So this is what I'm going to do. This is where I'm going to put it at right here. Right here. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this bead and thread this bead on top. Because remember, in the other video, what I didn't do is put this piece on first to be able to wrap that extra wire around here, which made it not be centered. So I'm going to put this bead on first, wrap it around the extra wire up here, and then I'll wrap this wire and create the bevel. And then that will allow this bead to be centered. So how I'm going to do that, I'm going to take this wire and I'm going to twist it. And be careful with twisting it because it'll break. So we just want to twist it around. And I like to twist it like this because I love the look that it gives. So I'm going to twist it all the way down as far as I can get it twisted. Right? So that's that for now. And then I'm going to take my bead. I'm going to take a little wire. And I'm going to bead it. And there is another video that shows you how to wire these beads. Let's see if I can get this through. Should be able to get it through. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to lay this on top. But the bottom, I need to thread. Give me a little bit more wire down there. So I'm going to take the wire, take it through, and then I'm going to pull it, take it through one more time, try to get it on the opposite side, over here, right? Let's see. And then let's try to get it over here one more time. On this side. So because that's in the middle, I want to take this wire and wrap it around here. Oops. To help create my little bevel up here, and it gives it, and I like a lot of wire. It just adds such a richness to any piece. That wire is something about the gold wire that creates this richness. Okay, and that's that. And then with this, we'll take this wire, fold it under, and then I'm going to take my rounded pliers and then create that roundness to close it out around it. And then we'll take our pliers and just squeeze. And that gives you your back. You don't ever want to feel anything sharp or poking or anything like that. Now, you can see the difference from the other video where there was, it wasn't centered. So this one, you have it more centered. And that's the thing, even with the wire, like, I don't like the way this wire looks. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to twist it to give it a little look. Let's see if I can grab this one. It's always one that don't want to act right. And that adds a whole nother variation, you know, to it. I'm gonna have to change my light from that place. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it, put my fingers here, I'm gonna bend the wire so it looks like this. And now what we wanna do is create our bevel, or this little part, so we can put our necklace through. And this is a blingy piece. There is one lady that I know, she loves purple. I mean, everything has to be purple, 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 purple. And I mean, she matches it really well too, but the dominating color is always purple. So people do have their favorite colors, especially if you do any custom designs, you'll find that out, or you already know that. So I'm gonna clip this a little bit so I could tuck it. I like to round it. And then tuck it right down in there so we can have our little round part. And right now this is our pendant. Just like that. And this is what I call bling. Now this is bling for real. And then we will make a, I think I'm going to do a beaded. I'm going to do a beaded necklace part for you. So let me gather those beads real quick and I'll be right back. Because I was going to do the gold chain. I was going to do a gold chain. But I think I'll do I'll beat it. So hold on. Okay, so I cut my wire. And what I like to do is once I cut it, I like to make sure that it's even. And I like to always put that little point, not point, but that little rounded part at the end, because that's where the pendant is going to go. And then I want to make sure that that's even. And this wire is not easy to, okay, I'm going to clip it a little bit off on the end, just so it's even. So then I like to take my pendant, and this is where the beading comes in. I like to take my pendant and put it on the wire to where it hangs from the wire like this. And then I'm going to start to bead. I'm going to try to keep it in the camera as much as I can, because you know how this wire does. It fights. So I'll do 2 on this side, 2 more on this side. That gives me 3 on each side. Trying to put 2 on at once. Okay, so what happened with that? Why did I use those type of beads first? I use the flat beads first. So I would use this type of bead, or maybe even this type of bead first. Because if you look at it, the beads close in around the bevel, right? So if I was just to start putting beads on here like this, what it does is leaves like a lot of space, and it looks absent. It looks incomplete like that. It doesn't look good. So I always start with flat beads here first to kind of like fill in the gap between all that space. I'm going to show you all that space right there, because you can see how the wire hangs from that bevel right there, right? So if I was to put a bead on there and just put it, it's not going to close any of that up. You can kind of see if I put the bead on, the bead will just rest right here. And then you got all this openness down here. But when I put these beads, type of beads on here, what it does is closes in a lot of that space that's down here from the bevel or the rounded part. And that's what I want. I want it to look nice and gathered and complete. So this way it looks complete. And then I can start stacking on the beads. Okay? So that's what we're going to do now. Hopefully I can keep this in the camera. So let's start with, I want to go with the brown wood beads. And then we'll go with these little circles. And I always like to look at it to see how it looks as I'm beading, because I don't like to bead and then I go back and I'm like, oh, I don't even like the way that looks. It's like, well, no, I check as I go, and then that way I can take beads off if I don't like it. And see, I like this because it's different. That's very unique. And if you could see that hanging on somebody's neck, it's like, oh my God, where'd you get that from? Because it's different and it's pretty, right? So I'm going to put more of these flat beads on here. And in this video, I'm not going to put the clasp on. I'll do that in another video. I really don't have time this morning, so I'll just create the necklace part, and in another video we'll do the that part. And you see how different that looks? That's gorgeous. Hanging from a neck, that is gorgeous. And then we'll do another wood piece. And then we'll do one of these big glass beads. Hopefully this will fit on here. Yeah, there we go. Look at that already. Just popping all off the ceilings. Isn't that something? And the more unique and different the beads are, the better the piece will look. So, and the bigger the beads. So I like bigger beads if I can find bigger beads. The bigger the beads, the pattern on the beads, and just kind of play with different patterns of beads and see, you know, see how they look. You don't have to, you could always thread and then unthread and then string and then unstring just to see how they look. And if it looks like something that you like, just go ahead and go for it. And that's all. I'm trying to gather some more beads over here. I see some I could actually use for this. And then for here, I'm going to put some more wood beads. And then I'm going to put another 2 of the gold bead. And I'm going to check it out to see how it looks. If it looks like it's too much, if it looks like it's not enough. Oh yeah. So we're going to stay with this. I love it already. This is a blinging necklace. So this is like bling. And then I think I want to put maybe, let's go with these beads. See what they give us. And then we'll put another wood bead. Okay. That is just popping all off the walls. That is gorgeous already. And we created this beautiful piece from a flat washer that I got at Home Depot, right? And you can imagine, you know, there's no limit on the pendant that you can make with these. And like I said, you can use some type of string. You can use some type of fabric, cut the fabric in really thin, especially patterns that have really nice prints. So you can cut really thin ones and then wrap, just make sure that it's not bulky or anything. And you can always put some type of piece on the top if you can find something. There's endless things you can do. You could even thread this and then use beads. So as you're threading the wire, you can slide beads on and go around, and then just keep putting beads on, and then by the time you finish, it's literally a beaded piece, right? And if you can find a way to get the beads around the edge and then also have a centerpiece, that'll be even more pretty. That gives even more personality to whatever it is that you're creating. So with this, I'm going to put a couple more of these. I think I will throw one of these on. Throw one of these on. We'll put some more wood beads on. How amazing is that? That is like the poppin'est necklace. That is like popping. And see, you can see what I was talking about down here, how it fills that in, and you basically are able to just see the pendant without all that extra down there. So the bead, like I said, would have just left that wide open, and it doesn't look really nice like that. So trust me, I've tried it and had to take it apart and all that other kind of stuff. Okay, so let's do, I'm going to do one more, put Put a couple more beads on here. I'm going to try to do 3 at one time. Okay, and then I'm going to put, let's try one of these metal. See what we get. That's gorgeous. That is absolutely gorgeous. And I'm going to put another wood piece. I'm calling these wood pieces wood beads. And then I'll add another one of these, and then we'll add another one of these. And this is what we got so far, right? Is that not gorgeous, or is it just me? That is gorgeous. And then I'm going to put a couple more wood. And remember, I'm not going to put the clasp on or the lobster. I use a lobster clasp and, you know, jump rings. And at the end of it, I generally will double jump ring it. At the end, I just round it up, turn it, round it up, put my jump rings, and then the clasp. Man, I didn't even grab a clasp, so I'm not going to do it right now. I might come back later with another one and do it. In fact, I will, because I think I already said I would. Okay, so I'm going to put this wood beads. Oops. Okay, and then we'll do 3 more of these metal beads. Trying to do 3 at a time each time. So that's 3. This is 2. And that's 3. And let's see, do I have another one of those? Put this one, and we'll do this one, and let's see what we get. Oh yeah, that's gorgeous. Absolutely amazing, gorgeous. So with this, because I don't have a clasp over here, I'm gonna finish it off and just show you what it. Man, I should have thought about that before I sat down, huh? That's okay. And this can be almost like a choker type. So I'm gonna show you how I finish it off. Okay, so it's beaded. This is really, really pretty, right? I mean, just gorgeous. So this is how I finish it off. I take it and I bend the wire over my finger. Like that. And then what happens with that, it protects the beads from falling off while I work with this one. So I bend it like I do the wire on the earrings. So I bend it and I wrap it, because you need to create that a place to be able to put your jump rings and your lobster clasp or whatever closing you want to use on yours. And you can see from wrapping what it looks like with the wire. And this is more like a choker. That's even now with the flat washer. If you don't like the way it looks, or you could even buy some, go on Amazon and buy you some cheap color wire. And just, is that not gorgeous, or is that just me? That is absolutely amazing. Just amazing, right? Let's see, can we put a pair of earrings real quick with this? You know what? We probably can. Let's do this. Let's make some earrings to go with it real quick. Just a real simple pair of earrings. And I'm going to use these little metal pieces. I'm going to take my ends, round them over like so. And then let's do it about right here. And see, I can still use this wire. This is not wasted wire. I can make charms out of this little wire, and I probably will. So with these, why don't we use these little metal beads for the earrings? Well, let's see. Let me see how it would look with a wood piece too. Might have some magic going on here. It don't hurt to try it. Put our little metal piece on. Or let's do this. We'll put our metal piece on first. Or no. This is what we'll do. We'll put a metal piece. And then we'll put our wood piece. And then we'll put a metal piece, like a sandwich. Right? And we'll do it like that. So we'll put a metal piece. And then a wood piece. And we'll add a metal piece. This was a necklace I got from the thrift store. So I recycled those beads by covering the beads with wire. And then we went ahead and used that 18 gauge wire and created our little bevel. And then we went ahead and strung it with some wood beads, metal beads, glass beads, and all other kind of beads up here. Then we went ahead and made our earrings to match the necklace using some wood beads and metal beads. And then a little 18 gauge wire just to add a little funkiness to it. And that's it. That's a set for you, right? Darlene Knight for Jewelry by BDK. And don't forget, if you guys see any one of my designs on here and you try it out for yourself, be sure to send pictures to jewelrybybdk@gmail.com, and then that way I can share your pictures. And even if it's a video, a very short video, I can upload that and show that with the community too. We want to share what it is that we are creating, what we're doing, and we just want to make this a whole fun place to be able to share our creations. And it's almost like being in a book club, but this is like a jewelry club where we can come together, we can show what it is that we're making. And the thing with that is, when I made the channel was meant, in my mind, to be a place of inspiration, a place of that would encourage and motivate us to, and just to be creative. Especially if it's like jewelry. It wasn't really meant to be a how-to channel or do-it-yourself channel or anything like that. And if that is what it is becoming, that's cool too. But it's meant to inspire and encourage and motivate us to, be creative in whatever it is. It don't even have to be jewelry that you make. It could be you like to paint, or it could be like you like painting jars, or one thing will spark a fire for a person to do something else. But here, it's all about jewelry. It's about making jewelry. It's about expressing ourselves through our jewelry, and all that good stuff. And I wanted and planning it to be that type of community here on this YouTube channel. So share what it is that you're making, or even if you have a channel, let us all know where you are so we can come and subscribe to your channel and see what it is that, you're doing on your channel. Darlene Knight for Jewelry by BDK. It's a beautiful day, right? So find your creative place and then live there. We'll talk soon.